Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards, where we love to help improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole, and Eric Stormer, my buddy, will be joining us back in a moment. He is actually doing this really cool new TV show. They're shooting in the Bayou in New Orleans, and we'll be seeing it soon on A&E. And he'll be telling us about how it's a project all about finding homes that are really, really down and home owners that are really down and out, and how they're trying to make some good dreams come true. But in the past week, some talk about dreams, some really cool latest gizmos, gadgets, technologies, anything you can imagine that is technologically savvy and cool that was on display for about 150,000 of us who were walking the halls of the convention center and a couple other hotels in Las Vegas. It's known as the Consumer Electronics Show, and something that really caught my eye, and yes, a lot of other folks too, because it won numerous awards. It is a 3D printer. Now, picture like the Susie Bake Oven, but this is on steroids, is by 3D Systems, the company that's done a lot of stuff for industrial work, but now it's coming to your home big time.
Today here at CES, what we're introducing is the first real consumer capability in 3D. And it's bigger than a printer. It's actually a combination of an iTunes and a Facebook environment. You go online to Cubify.com, and you've got coloring book simplicity and creating objects, products, personalized things that you want to print. And if you happen to be an artist, you can upload that file and offer it to other people for sale, and you can monetize it. We're looking for apps developers because we want to make printing in 3D, capturing, manipulating in 3D the easiest thing in the world. So we'll have all kinds of apps. We have one right now where you would literally use your voice waves, it'll create a file, and it'll print a bracelet for you.
Like you're wearing.
Like I'm wearing.
Lovely pink and a green.
Thank you. We're color coordinated today. Each file will be different based on your voice pattern, and so each bracelet will be customized and very personal.
Based on your voice?
Based on your voice. That's just one app. And the consumer doesn't have to know anything about technology. That's the beauty of Cubify.com. It's about making you and I creators, because we are innately interested in creating. We just don't have the tools.
Right.
And we don't want you to have the tools. We want you to be unfettered and just imagine what you want to create, what you want to build, what you want to print. We'll help you make it happen. We, the artists, the designers, and the applications developers will make it all happen for you on Cubify.com. Now, one of the things that's complementary to Cubify is the ability to have your own printer. So if, in fact, you do want a 3D printer in your home, we're also announcing Cube. The Cube is the first consumer-level 3D printer. It will retail for $12.99.
Wow.
It will print right out of the box, including the materials. So you'll be able to print somewhere between 12 to 15 models of an average size. You can choose from 10 vibrant, cool colors. And just start printing the day you get the printer. You literally go online like you do with the cell phone, activate it, and we send you 50 free files that you can start printing. But as a member of the community, you can also create something that you want to sell to someone else, so you can start making money and monetizing your creativity. If you're an app developer, we want you to create another way to drive Cubify.com to help people like you and I create.
Right.
People that don't want to know anything about CAD software. So we're really opening up the floodgates for a consumer solution.
To have fun.
To have fun, to create, to share. Anybody in the family can start to collaborate. And by the way, if you were in, say, a classroom, you could get all of your students into the same hub on Cubify.com and share a project and design it together, create it together.
Wow.
And just really have a great time. It's very educational, but it also brings the family together. It makes it easy to create. So your mom, you're having a party, you want customized place settings. Done, Cubify.com. Your dad, you want your own belt buckle. Done, Cubify.com. You're a child, you want your doll to have a different face on it. Done, Cubify.com. It's really up to you. Anything you can imagine, you can create, make, share on Cubify.com.
Wow. And so the material, it's a plastic, a resin of some sort?
Well, we're using plastic materials across the family because they're very durable. And if you think about the things we buy today, most of them are done with hard, durable plastics.
Right.
So we're able to 3D print in the same materials that you would buy with a formal product that is injection molded and printed by the millions. Because that makes it easier for you to work with the material and to have a product that lasts. Now, as part of Cubify.com, by the way, we understand that some people won't want to have to deal with the material or the printer, so we have a service. It's a cloud 3D printing service.
Oh, great.
So you pick your product and you say, I want to print this one. We give you some options. Do you want it in full color? Do you want it in just this color? Do you want it in this kind of material? Does it need flexibility? Do you want to go to metals? And that would be a really nice output. Yes, so you're going to do a ring. Say you initially print it in a regular material.
Did you make that?
No, I didn't make this one.
A nice gold ring, no?
But you could. You could make the original mold that ends up being the ring.
I see.
And again, you don't have to be highly skilled. You just have to know what you want to create. But because everybody will not always have the right printer, the right material, we offer the service, and you can print anything, anytime, 24/7, as part of Cubify.com.
What a brilliant idea.
It really is a fun way to broaden the way you share information. Because it's really just another form of sharing and collaborating. Like I say, it's kind of a combination of iTunes and Facebook.
It's the new version of the Susie Bake Oven.
A little bit, but we have to keep Bobby and Billy in there too, because it really is for everyone.
It is.
Absolutely, yes.
And everyone is looking and wanting to just grab this.
Yes.
The printer is really compact, and that printer is how much again?
This printer will retail for $1,299. You literally take it out of the box and it's ready to print. And you can print, like I said, 12 to 15 models with your first cartridge. Very easy to work with. It's about 9 pounds. Wow. You can carry it to any room of the house. And we assume it will make the rounds, and it will be in the family room, it'll be in the living room, it will be in the kitchen. Just depends on where you want to create and make.
And how long does it take? Like, for instance, your bracelet. It looks like it's a little slow. It just kind of is going back and forth, right? So maybe an hour? Or?
Most things are going to print within 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour.
Great.
If you have something really complex that has a lot of inside support material, it might take 2 or 3 hours. We have a head. It's quite a large head of an individual, and it's fully dent inside. That one will take about 6 hours to print. But you really drive it. If you're going to print a ring, you might be able to print that ring in 20 minutes.
That is so neat.
What we've got actually is a scanner. So we've got the Xbot Connect. So we know people might want to scan an object to print it someday. And what we're doing is we're scanning faces. And this way you don't have to know anything about CAD or scans or anything else. The software will ingest that scan, create a print file, and then you can print someone's face. So that's just one of the many applications that we're thinking need to be part of this wonderful coloring book concept that allows anybody to create and make.
It really is energizing and fun. I see how it could be a really neat project for kids.
Oh, my gosh.
Moms and dads and grandparents, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My little granddaughter, I keep bringing home things, and she'll say, Grandma, where did you get that? I said, honey, I made this for you.
Now, is that going to be a watch? It looks
Actually,
like
you could put a nano in there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Isn't that
So you
cool?
can design, now I could design this and pop a watch face in there, but this particular one was designed to carry your nano around.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
So you're the hippest grandmother around.
I am the totally hippest grandmother because I create and make with the youngest people here.
Yeah.
See, the nice thing about Cubify.com and the Cube is we're looking at an audience that's, anywhere from 8 to 80. If you are interested in creating something to share, to showcase, it might be your avatar from one of your games that you play online, it's available to you. It's really all about you and where you want to take this.
Because technology can be kind of intimidating to a lot of people. A lot of people can feel, I'm not in, I don't get it, and I like how this really kind of is more inclusive.
It's more inclusive, and the other thing is technology can also take you off into your own world. We want you to collaborate. We want you to share. We want you to be involved with other people. And we think that this kind of a concept really gets people back into sharing, collaborating, and teaching others how to create and make. Everything you have today, your camera, your iPhone, everything you have was created as a prototype, then into a mold, and then produced with injection molding or some other traditional process. We've been behind all those products for 25 years. So that knowledge base has allowed us to begin to move the products closer to the end user, and it's also allowed us to go into key markets. It used to be that you could only get your teeth straightened with metal in your mouth, which is not to say that it's good or bad, but it can be painful. Well, we worked with a company and created Invisalign.
Oh, you did, really?
Yeah. So all of the teeth
straightening. I guess that works as a mold.
Right. And we print thousands and thousands of those every day to help people straighten their teeth. Hearing aids were very painful because they were off the shelf. Everybody's ear canal is a different size. We got involved with scanning and creating customized hearing aids. So we've brought a lot of good things to life over the past 25 years. Now we want to put that same capability and toolkit into the hands of the consumer.
So what do you think? Is that something you get? It's $1,300. Kind of interesting, I think. I mean, it really had the wow appeal and won all kinds of awards at the Consumer Electronics Show. And the other thing that they're out with is a little more expensive, closer to $2,000, but it also is this Cube 3D printer, and you're just basically printing objects and colors and materials. Who knew? So check out that website and see if that's something you want to try. All right, well, coming up next, we're going to see what's new in terms of photography tied to making it integrated with your home and your home computer and saving your pictures, especially if you're out on the road and you want to save the pictures and somehow you don't have an internet connection. Wait to hear about that. Home Wizards, the latest from the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, baby. We're back in just a moment on KFWB News Talk 980. Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards this Saturday afternoon. Cindy Dole here. Eric Stromer is investigating all kinds of things in the bayou when it comes to homeowners that need some help. Eric, how are you?
You know, I'm good. I tell you, it's a whole different style of architecture here because they have to deal with the flooding from Katrina. So everything now has about 12-foot stilts on it right by the Mississippi River where I am. So it almost looks like houses on stilts.
Oh. That wouldn't work so well here in earthquake country.
No, it sure wouldn't. It's amazing. The different architecture styles are so much, different based on the climate and where you are in the United States. So it really feels different here.
Yeah, and I bet you're hearing a lot of heartwarming stories about people who've really been through some tough times.
Oh, you bet. As soon as those floodwaters come in and invade a home, you have to gut the whole thing and start over because the mold, as soon as the water hits the drywall, it's a perfect culture for mold, and it just becomes a terrible situation for these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never felt so grateful to live in earthquake country. I live in the seismic capital of the world, and I'm going to be real happy to get back because when I walk out my front door, I might fall in a sinkhole, but if I walk out of a front door here, I could be consumed by an alligator.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I bet that you're making some friends with those gators, right?
No, it's actually really nice. It's amazing to see this, the back swamps in the bayou area. Boy, talk about, landscaping, a natural environment.
You were saying, it's so pretty with the egrets and all that, right?
Yeah, it's like a nature preserve everywhere you go. There's tons of birds, and everywhere you go, you have to take a ferry to get to the next place. So imagine the 405 is congested here. If, you're in line to get on a ferry, it takes 10 minutes to go a quarter mile across the Mississippi River.
Well, that's why people have that kind of slow, relaxed attitude in New Orleans, right?
Yeah, you just sit there at the stoplight and you wait about 30 minutes for the light to turn green. That's basically the way it goes.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, it sure is.
Well, we're going to talk more about the homes that you've been working on, but speaking of things going super fast, that we've been exploring all of the gizmos at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas. How are you in terms of your camera, Eric? Do you have a camera besides your iPhone?
Since the phone, I have just sort of let that whole thing go. What's the latest technology coming?
Well, so the thing is, all right, so let's say you were taking some pictures of those alligators in the bayou,
right.
And you wanted to then share it on Facebook, but you had a problem. You didn't have internet. Like you're out in nowhere, no man's land, but there's still a way to then post it and save it and so forth. And it's all about this smart camera. We talked to the folks at Samsung, so let's hear what Pamela Ernst is describing. You may want to have it.
Great.
This is the next evolution in camera, which is to make the cameras smart. So by smart, we mean that they are Wi-Fi enabled. So with these cameras, now when you take your pictures, you don't have to take them with your smartphone. You can take them with an 18 or 16 megapixel camera with a long zoom, get a great shot, and you can share them on Facebook. You can email them to friends. You can even back them up on your PC wirelessly. All kinds of things you can do. And your smartphone's now your partner even.
Oh, your partner?
Yes. Because, you're going to have those occasions, let's say you are fishing. You're out in the middle of a lake. You got your Wi-Fi camera, but guess what? There's no Wi-Fi signal out there. So you caught this huge fish. You want to post that on Facebook right now? What you can do is you can use what we call our mobile link, and you can wirelessly send those pictures to your smartphone from which you can post them using your 3G or your 4G network with your carrier.
So if you have no internet signal, like right now I have no internet signal here at CES because there's too many competing phones.
Right.
But if I had what you're saying, I could take a picture here, and then I'm emailing myself even though there's no email signal, or how is it getting?
It's not really
is
an
it
email.
On the cloud, or where's it going?
It's actually what it's doing is it's going over the Wi-Fi network, and it is connecting to. It's grabbing what we call a soft access point on your phone, and it's sending the pictures there. It'll show you every picture that's on your camera. You can select the one you want. It will save it to your photo gallery in your smartphone, and from there you can share it.
So internet service be damned. We can.
Yeah, we got you covered.
Isn't that
both
great?
ways.
That's terrific. And there's different kinds of cameras that have this feature.
Right. We actually have an ST200, which is a very slim camera. We have the DD300, which is the dual view, which gives you the front LCD for self-portraits, and the WB150. And then that will be followed by its big brother, the WB850, which will also add GPS and a 21-time zoom.
Jeez. So when you're out fishing and you got the big one, but you're lost, now you can find your way home.
Right. It does have mapping service, yes.
So your friends on Facebook can see the pictures and they'll know you're going to come back home safe.
Right.
Because oh my gosh, isn't that great?
It is.
Do you have any of these toys yet yourself?
No, these are brand new. These are launching this first quarter, but I'll guarantee you I'm going to get one.
All right, so what do you think, Eric? That's pretty much the best of CES, from the new cell phones, the new cameras, the thinner TVs, the computer that basically can just go with your eye and move. So the list goes on. I mean, a lot of cool products.
Yeah, sure are. And let me ask you something about that camera. So in other words, you can have a really high quality camera with all sorts of great 35 millimeter type lenses and still upload it and send it off into the cloud, and then it can be stored there. Is that what they're doing?
Well, it's similar to the cloud, but yes, it's going out into this, what they're calling this Wi-Fi area that's grabbing access to your smartphone. So basically, this new camera that you would get from Samsung would communicate with your phone, and then combined, it would then go out, and you could then not only store it, but then share it on Facebook.
Boy, this has given us a lot of great ideas as it relates to home improvement. We can really start to integrate this, the future of technology into the homes that we look at and understand and explain to our listeners.
And I think too that the whole idea of the smart home, the new spin of having the iPad integrated into the wall of your home, I mean, it was so neat because for a lot of folks, whether they have a handicap or they might be older folks, it's difficult to somehow use your fingers to change the knobs and to deal with all of those control applications. And here you're just barely touching it or sweeping it, and now you can instantly monitor and change the lights and the blinds and the TV and the audio and all that.
Yeah, it's great. My 78-year-old mom, who has a tough time walking around and has spinal stenosis, has just now gotten in touch with the iPad, and she understands how to use it. So for senior citizens and those folks in the aging in place world, I think this would really give a heads up to, the ability to automate their lives. And, you can probably adjust the home. You can have quick access to the hospital in case there's an emergency. It just really makes everything at your fingertips, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And I think that what they were trying to say at this consumer show, and I think they said it pretty well, they even had a couple of seminars catering to seniors. They were calling it the Silver Summit, because and that cute, but a lot of, regardless of your age, and minus, I guess, if you're your kid's age, people get intimidated by technology because there's always something new around the bend. And so now they're just trying to dumb it down and make it feel like, it's doable, we can handle it, and it's going to be easier for our life.
Yeah, and when you do master it and you understand it, it really does make it simple. I think we've come a long way from, being held captive by our VCRs. I think everybody's starting to really get an understanding of how to use all this smart technology. And then again, as it applies to our world and home improvement, I think it's going to make things a lot easier and more successful. Now,
I got to tell you, they were handing out a couple of gadgets. I picked up one of these little battery enhancements that we were both given, and it's for your phone, and it basically is an extra phone battery charger. And all you have to remember is before you go to bed, you're charging this spare battery charger. It's basically a mobile battery. All right, along with your phone, and then you take it with you along with your phone, and then when your phone goes dead, and you aren't near your car charger, all you do is you plug this baby in, and you have many more hours of juice for your phone.
Boy, I wish I'd known before I left for this trip, because I was out about 2 hours in a fan boat, and the phone died. I wasn't able to find my way back, and we had to. Thank God we had another boat with us, and that guy had a GPS, and we were able to get back. But once you're out there, you're pretty much out there.
Now, tell us a little bit more about the show. When's it going to be airing?
It's going to air in May on A&E, and it'll be air around 12 o'clock our time in Los Angeles. We still have yet to decide on a name, and we're working on it. So for any callers that can think of a name for a show where we remodel people's houses that are very ugly, probably the ugliest ones on the block, and make them pretty again, send in your answers to yourhomewizards.com, and maybe we'll use it ultimately down the road.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of timing, we're looking forward to starting next Saturday. We're going to be hanging out with our buddies here on Home Wizards between 8 and 10 in the morning.
Yeah, and I think it's a really great thing for us, too, because, you know, we really want to appeal to folks out there who are just getting started on the weekend to try and attempt a project, and now you get to hear some great ideas and incentives on how you can do that, and then you have the rest of the day to deal with it and figure it out.
All right, well, I want you to send me a picture of you with an alligator. We're going to put it on the website, okay?
You got that right. Come in, I'll see you Saturday. I can't wait.
You see you next Saturday. And thanks, Eric. Have fun. Be safe there in the bayou. And thank you guys for listening. You can always count on us to help you improve your home and improve your life. Check out the website, yourhomewizards.com. Follow us on Facebook. And next Saturday, clue in, 8 to 10 in the morning. Home Wizards rocking your world in the morning. Until then, have a great weekend. And remember this, the key's under the mat. Bye-bye.